Good evening, everyone. I hope you're ready for the Earthbound Boogey Percent Tournament Finals tonight. We have a best of three between PeenTrain and Brooke. So the first two wins will take home the Boogey Cup this year. They may even do a Boogey. That is. And with time started, we have about 10 seconds before things really kick off here. So let's give it up for our racers tonight, everyone. Good luck and have a good time, everyone. And here we start off in Sleepy Onet, awaiting our destiny to come crashing down on the nearby hilltop. Our racers will need to move Boogie through Onet, then Tucson, make it over to Threed, beat up a tent and claim its jar of fly honey to be claimed the victor. But first, we need to go see our good friend Pokey. He's hanging out at the top of the hill looking at a meteorite. It's not quite hit yet, but... And our racers are off. We'll see if they pick up the cracked bat this go around or a little later. You do need to pick up the cracked bat. You don't technically have to equip it, but it's slower, so no reason not to do so. And here we have the first hill climb of the night. Pass by the cops, talk to our friend Pokey, and then go back home. Both runners here with excellent movement tonight. They're all raring to go already. And I'm joined by Rain. How are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
A little sleepy, but otherwise doing just fine. Ready to check out this first race.
I see I haven't missed much.
Nope, we just started. We just got back down from the hill climb. Got a bit more before the action really starts.
I am to the moon excited about this race. These two runners are not only stellar racers and incredible players, but also excellent people. And I think that the winner of this tournament will truly represent the best the Earthbound community has. I'm really, really excited to see how this turns out.
Yeah, everybody's pumped up for this one. I don't recall, have either of the racers tonight, have they won a Boogie Percent in the past? I don't think so, but...
They have not. Peen got very far last year, but wasn't able to close it out. And Brooke, I don't think, has made it to finals yet.
All right. So even more exciting, we'll have a new tournament champion after tonight. For the first hill climb here, we have 3 enemies to contend with. We have the snake, the dog, and the crow. I'm sure we'll see some excellent stutter stepping to get around some crows, and some despawns to evade some dogs, and some fancy movement to get crows stuck on bushes.
Yeah, I think one of Peen's major strengths, apart from being absolutely stellar at menuing, is her Olympic level stuttering. So I'm hoping to see a lot of that on this hill that can even get out of the house.
And it's clear for Peen. Oh, there's one snake a
There it
little in the
is.
way, but here we see that stuttering in action.
That snake didn't even budge. Oh, this is a rough situation though.
Yeah, unfortunately, both racers had a dog around the corner.
It doesn't matter though. Peen's not good.
The book not chancing that crow. Got a snake, but we could get around it. We just need to beat it down a little bit. There we go. Excellent stuttering.
Oh, so tight. The closer the enemy is, the more it has your scent, the harder it is to stutter. And both of these runners have shown off that that does not matter at this level of competition.
Oh, yes. And the races are clear. No one took a fight going up the hill.
Very close on their hill climb as well. Peen was able to get past that crow, turboing it into a wall instead, and they both talked to Picky, maybe a second apart.
Yep, it's a close one. Next up is our first boss, however. Quote unquote. It's not really a boss, it's more of a on rails action sequence where you watch a fly run into an alien a couple times. We hope it's very fast.
Peen pulling the player 2 trick. If you hold select down on the player 2 controller, it'll make the beam flash. It's
yep, that's always a fun one.
Peen trivia. She always does that.
Yep, Earthbound's a pretty fun game where you can play entirely left-handed, actually. You can play with just the L and the select button. Didn't the community have like a two-person, one-controller race once? I'm sort of vaguely remembering something like that.
I think, yeah, that was at a GDQ or an RPG Limit Break. I'm not sure. One of those two.
Mm-hmm. That'd be fun if we could bring that back sometime.
Both races are off. They're back down the hill to go encounter Starman, both being up the bread rule as well for some extra healing on their first fights. But the Starman fight, while there's not much you can do to make it faster, can be faster. And we'll see if either of these runners get lucky or unlucky on their rounds.
Yep, it all comes down to whether Buzz hits strong or not, and whether Starman uses his longer animations.
Looking for guards on the off turns where Buzz is not attacking, and freezes on the turns where Buzz is attacking for the shortest possible fight.
Yep, and Buzz alternates between Psy Shield and attacking. So we'll see what happens here. Starting out fire for both racers. No time gained or lost.
76 at 30 on Brooke's side, which means Starman is guarding, but unfortunately, that almost certainly assures a 3-cycle.
Mm-hmm. Always a shame, to see a guard on a weak hit turn. Brooke gets a freeze alpha, and a smash for 150.
Smash.
Not quite enough to take it out.
But the Nest Smash will, just
whoa.
tipping it over.
Man, Nest putting in overtime already. PeenTrain still in the fight. But shouldn't be much longer for her now.
And just one more Buzz hit after this fire, Alpha. Peen will be through.
Yep, there we go. Both our racers finish. Next up, we say goodbye to our good friend Buzz and continue our journey. We'll see some friends in a treehouse and we'll get a nice piece of Mr. Baseball memorabilia, which we will immediately sell for a cheap bracelet and a less nice hat.
And as is the way, Boogey is filled with constant danger. So even though there are going to be many lead changes, potentially, there's no real safe point of this run. And we'll see if the runners can make decisions to work their way into and out of that as we progress through.
Mm-hmm. Yep. There's plenty of RNG to go around in this game, from enemy spawns to enemy smashes to just plain Nest deciding to miss. Did you know that Earthbound has both an accuracy check and an evasion check?
Of course it does. Why wouldn't it? The best program game of all time, they call it.
I know. It's not infuriating at all.
No, it makes so much sense the way it was made.
It's fine. You only miss 1 in 16, right? How often can that happen?
As we head down
Yes,
into
this
Onet.
is the finale. Oh, we got a snake. Almost got Brooke there, but she stutter stepped right around it at the last second.
An assassin
Oh,
snake.
another one!
Oh,
Another
no.
one from the trees.
This will be fine. Brooke will be able to get through this pretty quickly, but Nessa's level, but still just wastes a little bit of time and a little bit of health.
Yep, that little bit of chip damage can make all the difference at this level.
But yes, as we head down into Onet, we're going to be doing a little bit of shopping, and then we're going to try to get through Frank and the punks. I know, upon watching Peen for several years now, that she is a very, very, very consistently safe runner. So she typically does all safe options. She'll be going through bread rolling at the first hit on Pogo 1, she'll be buying burgers right afterwards, whereas Brooke has the potential to take a little bit of more risk depending on where she is in the race. So I'm looking to see what decisions these runners make in this first of 3 potential races.
Yep, it is the first of 3, so if you happen to take risky strats and it pulls off, then you have a comfortable 1-game lead going into the next one, and they can certainly help shake things up.
And if you take a risk and it doesn't pay off, you have one more game to bring it back.
Yep, and then another game for the tiebreaker. And that's just more content for us, so, you know, it's all good.
I think Peen also registered the lowest race time of the Swiss rounds and possibly the entire tournament by doing consistently safe strats, not going burgerless, not skipping shopping, nothing too wild.
Unfortunately, Brooke not quite getting the spawn trigger skip, or it just got unlucky with the spawn plate. And
now she's getting the whole
now
gang.
facing down 3 of them.
3 punks. This could end very poorly if all of them choose to attack.
Oh, and they did. 4 HP and a dream.
Oh, she got there. Oof. And Peen starts her fight against the Pokepunk.
Unfortunately, I
through it just fine.
red roll early, but manages to stay in it. Yep, so that movement that the racer did from the store down to the hospital, that allows the racer to avoid some spawn plates. Although if you cut it a little close, then it doesn't quite work out. I'm not sure what happened there for Brooke. You can still get spawns over on the right side, though I've never seen them that close before.
Peen through the second Pokepunk. Very, very clean fight. I believe it was only 2 rounds, getting a 17 and an 18 for its 35 HP.
Yep, and Brooke through her second fight, while Peen gets out of the third fight. So we're on to Frank, the first real boss. We shall see how it goes. Peen still has a bread roll, so has an advantage on total HP going into the fight. We'll see what happens.
Oh, a dodge from Frank in the first round from Peen. That's pretty rough, but the runners will be healing between every hit from Frank because any 2 hits could take you out.
Yep, as you can see, Frank's doing about half of the HP of damage.
2 misses on Peen's side. She's going to start running a little low on healing items.
Yep, that's half HP. We want to see Frank talk nasty to us. That's what we want to see. Ideally, we'd even see a smash to help move this along, but...
What a strange fight.
Yeah, Brooke now out of PSI just missed.
Yeah, Brooke dipping into her burgers as well.
Another miss on Brooke's side.
It's Frank. It's very wiry today.
Though. 1 burger left for Brooke. But the nice thing is, once you do beat Frank, you do get enough PP from the level up to have a 1 PSI life up for the Frankie Stein fight.
Man, Brooke auto fought at the end of that to try and get through Frankie as Peen finishes Frankie Stein, a full fight ahead with the similar amount of burgers on both sides.
Yep. Yeah, I think they both burned through all their food items. It seemed like. All right,
He
Brooke
mentioned-
going for it.
He mentioned she actually accidentally lifed up while trying to talk to First Pogo because he kept avoiding her. On a smash on Brooke's side, thank goodness we
There
got
we
through.
go. We get
Yes.
through it. RNG was not kind to us, but the runners managed to get past the first hurdle of the Earthbound game. Next up is Giant Step, where we will be grinding out some slugs.
At first, 2 more checks, one for Butthole Purple to get the key to the shack so that the runners can progress up to Giant Step, and then a pile of burgers in a bag. And at this point, it would be exceptionally risky to skip burger buying, as both runners had to use a lot of their healing items. So I believe they will both be buying, which takes away one of the larger time saves of the risky strats of the run.
Yes, Skeeter, the miss chance is 1 in 16 for the bats. However, there's also a dodge chance that the enemy gets based on, I believe, a relative speed difference. I'm not quite sure how that shakes out for Frank at the typical level. You fight him in a Boogey percent.
There's also a spite chance, so whenever you're doing a run and you say out loud, surely he won't miss again, 100%. You're going to miss right after that.
That is for sure. Yeah, Ness is by far the slowest of the 4 kids you can get in Earthbound. It's also why I think personally some of the Ness solo sections are some of the more difficult sections in the game. Just being so slow means it's hard to run away from things, and both means his accuracy is worse, but also Rockin' has a mischance based on relative speed difference. So, you know, it's just very inaccurate all around.
Peen opted to take out just $100 to get exactly the amount of burgers that she needs. Brooke going for the full 140, which may come into play a little bit later when we're looking to see how many skip sandwiches they're able to afford before going to Happy Happy Village.
Yep, and if they have a good ant fight, may not need to buy more burgers. Although they both have full inventories going in here, so I guess that doesn't make too much of a difference. But in any case, here in Giant Step, every enemy is stutterable, so I'm sure we'll see some fancy footwork from both our runners tonight.
Peen having to get past that pretty laggy first section as well with the slugs up top and the mice down below.
Yep.
Nice work.
Yep, in Giant Step, there can be a lot of enemy spawns up on the upper floors, and the more spawns there are, the laggier Earthbound is, and the laggier the game is, the more difficult it is to stutter step.
Getting cracked for 5. I think she has a little bit low defense here.
Wow.
Low defense on the
Slug
roll.
mother load for Brooke. I think that's like 8 slugs there on the first floor right at the entrance.
Let's go. We love those.
Yeah, our racers will need to defeat 22 slugs in total. So typically you take packs of 4 until you only need 6 left, and then you head up to the top to work on finding a 6-pack of slugs. It is more dangerous to go up top because there are ants that can get in the way, and ants are much more dangerous than slugs. But it is much faster, and I expect both our runners to take that strategy.
And Peen has the mouse set up here, so she will be getting quicker spawns as you walk over that spawn plate with the mouse spawned, which means you just look to feel for lag. And if there is any lag, it means that there are slugs on the other side of the screen. You can walk forward. Has collected her a quick 7 slugs. Awkward that there was a 3-pack there, but despawns are despawns.
Yep, it just happens that way sometimes. Another 3.
Another 3, yeah. This is going to bring her up to 10, which she could get through with 2 6-packs if she wants.
Yeah, we'll see what Peen does. Oh, Brooke's already...
Bountiful slugs here.
I know, this is one of the better slug grinds I've seen. Yeah, PeenTrain heading up right away. Knowing her slug count. We got 2 ants, so 2 2-packs. Probably ants. Unlikely to be slugs. Oh, is that what a group of slugs is called, Pebble? An embarrassment?
And Brooke with her 16, just walking left and finding them for free.
I know. The both. I mean, Peen's also had a very good slug grind as well so far. But all these quick slugs for Brooke is helping her catch up bit by bit as well.
Yeah, Peen's
I
still
think
sitting
we'll-
on, I believe, 10, which means that she is trying to go for the double 12 pack. Sorry, the double 6-pack for 12. And another
And
four.
another 4.
This will certainly help Peen, as these are definitely a 6-pack at least, and then maybe one ant.
Yeah, that one on the right might have been an ant, but we got our 6 right here. With 2 slugs left, I don't know if you could fight. I'm not sure how the EXP works out. You might be able to fight perhaps a mouse or maybe
Mouse
make
and a
a
slug.
EXP difference.
Yeah,
Not
a mouse and an
100% sure
antoid.
on that.
It looks like Brooke will be taking a mouse. She might be take a second mouse on her second floor, and then just look to step through it. Mice pretty safe as far as fights go, but obviously less time expensive than finding an antoid.
Yeah, and one of the 6-pack, while very EXP rich, it does take a while to bash them all down. Slugs can put you to sleep like they did for Peen. Thankfully, Peen woke up pretty quick, so it wasn't much of a time loss. But, something just to be aware of, especially even on a 4-pack. If you exercise to miss a lot, you can find yourselves falling asleep or otherwise, enemies using PSI just playing slower than attacking. And Brooks hit level 8 first.
She also got 3 offense on the level up, which I believe means that she probably has 24 offense total. That allows her to get instant kills on single antoids, which will help on the next several sections, which she walks into rooms and tries to get to Titanic as fast as possible.
And a good look for Brooke. Brooke continues. Nothing on the 3rd floor, and a magic butterfly right away.
Yeah, these two runners trading leads back and forth. Brooke able to collect a little bit of time with that exceptionally lucky slug appearance, while Peen is just about to finish her final grind.
And Brooke goes for it, navigating around the ants like it was nothing.
So good.
And final room is free. Fortunately, Peen is now asleep. Slugs aren't
Sleeping on
particularly
top.
dangerous, especially at this level, but
No time for sleeping. We gotta get to an ant.
Titanic ants. The flunkies in the back will only use life up. That's why we need to grind to level 8 to get rockin' to take them out instantly. It is possible to
93.
miss them, but pretty unlikely.
93 on that first rockin', 235 HP for Titanic Ant, so you want to see anything higher than a 60, which will get you closer to the defeat. 71, that would be 164?
71.
Yeah.
Yep, Brooks good ways through the fight already, so it's looking pretty good. Rockin' has a pretty large variance. It can do, I think, from 40-ish to around 120-ish.
Titanic Ant has many attacks. It has 2 sets of script. So there's a lighter set and a heavier set. The lighter set features magnet, defense down, and a small attack. The heavier set features the large attack, the small attack, and shield. So you're hoping that it just kind of stays on the light side while you bash it down, rather than getting beaten up, as many runners have in this tournament. Outspent by all 3 enemies on the Peen side. That's so rough. And it didn't work! The rocket missed!
No. That's what you don't want to see. Oh.
And a shield right after!
Oh, Brooke goes for the 11 on a 43. That could have been pretty dangerous, but manages to get through. PeenTrain had a bit of a disadvantage with that rock and miss. Magnet's gonna, yep, that can't life up.
Steal that life up. Oh, this is a rough situation. If anyone can get through it, Peen can. But this is rough.
Yeah, it's not impossible to come back from. But a bit of a disadvantage at the right now. As we can see, Ant can also waste its time. It can continue using Magnet, continue using defense down. It can also just bite a lot. And it can smash, so if you aren't healing on a smash turn, it hope you have very good menuing to get through. And it continues using the shield.
Right, the shield takes 3 natural hits to get through. Unless it casts it twice, then it'll go up to 5. And in that, the runner has to do as many hits to bring it down, or get a single lucky smash.
Dying. 1 smash. There we go.
There we go. Yes.
All the layers down. Oh no, that's a smash, but Peen's healing.
Heal on Peen's side. This is
Oh,
a rough
outside
fight.
the ant.
This is a rough fight. Peen's out of healing now.
Gotta go. Auto, take the wheel. We can get one more hit in.
Go overhit it, maybe it'll do it.
It's enough.
It did it!
The only HP that matters is the last one.
The last
And
one,
not even,
barely getting
not
through.
even, and 0 is fine too, as long as you win the fight before it hits 0.
Wow, what an absolute clutch, although this does put Peen in a large disadvantage for cops. It is possible to do the cop gauntlet without any burgers in stock, as there's a chance they will drop them, and you do have life up in your back pocket, but it is, again, more risky. Will we see Peen take a little bit of time to buy more burgers, or just go for it to try and catch Sarah at this point? Brooke, at this point. Excuse me.
So I do think Peen tends to fight cops with low burger amounts, so we may see... I don't remember how much money Peen withdrew or not. If she has enough money to maybe buy an extra burger too, we might see that. Also, yeah,
she only took out... Right. And she only took out 100, so she has nothing left over for a free trip without touching the ATM again.
Okay, yeah, Brooke took out the extra just in case. But Brooke skipped buying burgers, so that's going to put the pressure on Peen to possibly skip burgers as well in an attempt to catch up, or at least not fall further behind.
But yes, as Pebble points out in the chat, Peen does often just go to cops with no burgers for PB attempts. Will she do that in a race?
Yeah, this is first of potentially 3.
Dodge from a cop, that's a bummer.
Brooke's also pretty low on burgers too.
She's got 3 left. That's depending on luck, that's kind of enough. With a liberal life upping. Yeah, this cop is being a real jerk.
Yeah, unfortunately, cops, they only have weak and strong hits. They don't have any time waster hits, but he gets a free burger, or she gets a free burger.
54 is okay. That's typically you want to use a burger around the 50s because you don't know if Ness will be outspeeding the cop in its attack or going under, and then a life up if anything underneath 40.
And typically you'll try and, if you can, save at least 20 PP for Captain Strong, as 2 Rockins fairly reliably takes Strong out.
And Brooke really just deciding firmly that she's going to auto fight there rather than try to keep healing through that one cop to get through the meager resources she has left all the way up to Strong.
I'm going for the life up. Good decision. That was a strong hit. Those smashes would really help out here. Smashes for Ness, not for cops.
Absolutely, a smash from a cop on the run.
Oh no! Cheap bracelet.
The cheap bracelet showing off the jewelry. That's not going to work. Auto fight from being those smart will make the life up come through without any extra menuing.
And the smash takes out the cop. Okay.
Yes. Whew.
Yeah, get into those PP for life up on Brooke's side.
Gotta, right? Now she's not going to have 2 rockets for Strong, but that's the only way to get to him.
Yep, it's definitely want to probably heal on this. Captain Strong can hit pretty hard.
So again, Captain Strong has multiple attacks. He does have multiple off turns. He can guard or get angry, but he can also suplex you and attack. And both of those are pretty deadly with his offense where it is.
Yeah, that suplex can do in the 40s. It's pretty rough. We got 25. We're conserving PP, but going for the rocket now.
Go for the rocket now. Yeah, Captain Strong.
I roll could take him out. 75, not quite. Another hit or 2 will do it.
1 or 2. Oh, smash though.
Oh, no, but I think that. Oh no, that 25 didn't take him out. But this one did.
Brooke's so risky going for the dash.
You gotta do it though.
Another fight ending at 1 HP.
And we got a slightly over 28-minute Onats on Brooke's side. Oh no, the opening smash from the cop on Peen's side. No. Oh no, mortal damage is down.
Just smash into the hit. She'd had no time, even with that fast auto, to try and get the life up off. Now she's gonna have to go through a lot of conversation.
Yep, we'll have to go get our picture taken. And
just
then go see our friend Frank to go get healed up. Brooke now having a good advantage here going into Tucson. The Cop Gauntlet is a lot of time loss if you happen to take a KO there, is you have to refight all the cops again. So the further... Oop, I want to go try and get past that mushroom.
Yeah, and potentially rebuying burgers to get through that gauntlet the second time because one cop gauntlet loss is pretty rough, but two would be devastating, and it really puts a tax on the runners to think about what they're going to try to do.
Yeah, and but I should say there's plenty of RNG to come. So Rook could take time loss against other enemies or bosses coming up. So it's certainly not GG's yet. Taking a safe method here may help Peen later on if Brooke stumbles a bit. So we shall see. Peen going for the hamburgers now, not wanting to take another KO at the Cop Gauntlet.
Yeah, smart. Again, going for consistency, going for the most logical strats that could possibly get her through. Even behind, it doesn't matter. There's plenty of things in Boogey that can take a runner out, especially on this next stretch between PRV and Happy Happy Village.
Hope Block. Likely what Peen's going to do is Peen will go see Frank, who also is a full heal spot. Since
A little
Peen's
bit
going
faster.
with Frank, I'm guessing it's a little faster than talking with Mom. Yeah?
Less text on Frank's side, less cutscene for sleeping, and 2 doors instead of 3.
Yeah? You do have that one shark, though, you gotta talk to every time.
Yeah, the yeah shark.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, Brooke now on her way through PRV1. We need to go take a look at a shiny pencil statue. Although you don't actually have to visually see, you just have to have it loaded up in a memory. So as long as you get close enough, even if you don't directly see it, it still counts as having seen it.
Nice, free butterfly. That's nice. You're looking to grab
right
2.
Right into this.
You're looking to grab 2 all the way on your way to Happy Happy Village. So you have full PP when going into the gauntlet of fights there. So anywhere that you get those, there are 2 almost guaranteed in PRB, but one along the way will definitely save you some time later and make it a little bit safer.
Yeah, and having one now means if something happens and you run into something, you can get out of it with a rockin', or you have your life ups to help supplement your likely lack of burgers at this point.
Brooke getting through Fart Cave number 2 with no farts, a stinkless cave. We love to see it. Another butterfly for free. We love to see that as well. As Peen continues to battle her cops.
Yeah, just missed though.
You can guarantee one thing from Ness, is that he is going to miss. It's gonna happen at the least opportune moment, and he's gonna do it.
Yeah, it certainly makes the solo Ness portion particularly aggravating with the frequent misses.
Now, Brooke in past runs, has, when realizing that she's ahead, spent her time wisely to make her strats a little safer. We'll see if she's able to do that here as well. Maybe grab some extra skips for PRV, maybe get the hard hat from the treasure chest nearby to the exit to Happy Happy Village, things like that.
Oh, Brooke's even gone for the hard hat. I don't know if I've seen that quite yet. Wow, that's a lot of mushrooms.
It is a lot of mushrooms. Of the many different attraction types that enemies have in Earthbound, mushrooms have a small radius around them. It's more like a circle. So you can kind of easily avoid them, but not when they're lined up like that, blocking your path.
No, they're proximity chasers, and they're faster than us unless you use it because it skips down, which is why we're interested in buying some. Particularly in PRV, it's very narrow. It can be difficult to despawn things. Things can spawn behind you. And there's plenty of spawn plates to go around. There's a couple you can skip, but sometimes you just have to muscle your way through, and moving faster is a good way to do that.
Peen coming in strong with, for all intents and purposes, full resources. Although one rocket miss and a 45 in the other, a 40 from the smash. She's at about 105 now, maybe 1-2 more hits, and she should be able to get there unless Ness really fails at his one job. There we go. That should be enough.
Yeah, okay. Whoa. The cops waiting for Brooke. Manages to narrowly escape.
Cops harassing kids in back rooms and the streets. We're able to get through it.
Oh, yeah, they were camping out the entrance to Burglar Park there. So in PRV, particularly, we want to avoid the UFOs. They are by far the fastest enemy there. It makes it hard to hit, hard to run away from. Other enemies are annoying, but typically not too bad to either run away from or even just muscle your way through with Rockin'. Ideally, we take no fights, but always hope for the... Yep, there's a UFO right there.
Yeah, she saw it before we did.
Yeah, and UFOs have a nasty tendency of being able to worm their way around terrain as well. Unlike the crows, they don't really get hung up on things quite as much, and their swooping pattern. They can even get through narrow passages like that one wide walkway.
Just want to take a moment to point out Peen's walk lines are so solid. She's using those cardinal directions to get the extra frame and gliding off every possible piece of terrain she can to save just a couple of frames across the run. This is how you get consistent 106s in a category as deadly as Boogey.
Brooke now in a difficult position.
Oh,
that's
no.
red.
No, that's not so bad because it's just a mobile sprout, but it will be time.
One. Yep, it will be time. It's just one. They can call for help though, but the smash takes it out instantly. Okay,
Smash.
That wasn't too bad. A bit of time loss, but nothing catastrophic. And you still are a little fast.
Just a little. Going up, touching the tree, and back over. That'll skip a spawn plate here in PRV that allows the runners to progress on through. And there's one of the two semi-guaranteed butterflies. They can not spawn, but they almost always spawn.
Yep, very nice respite going through. They knew it was tough.
And she's going to go around that. Oh, no, she pulled the big tree. Unfortunate.
Yep, that tree, when it's far away, it kind of wanders around a bit, so you can walk past it if you get in a good loop cycle, but that wasn't quite it.
And they are slow, which allows Brooke to run away on turn one here, and they do sort of catch you aggro-wise a little slowly, so you have maybe half of a second to walk by them before they start to chase. But just a little unfortunate, that tree's pretty wide, so it did catch her.
Thankfully, the rest of PRV is free. Sometimes you can have UFOs or diamonds chilling out there by the cave, ready to catch you, but no issues here for Brooke.
Yeah, all the way through up to Happy Village, which will be the next leg of the race here. Brooke is going to first buy a piece of armor in the T-Ball Bat, which will get her through the next... Sandlot Bat, sorry, to get her through the next several fights. Sell the T-Ball Bat. And then hopefully get through the cabin fight with several cultists and a crow, and then Car Painter without too many call for helps, which will be the biggest risk and the biggest waste of time.
For sure. Because we will be executing a Death Warp after our Car Painter fight, you are incentivized to finish that fight at low HP. However, that is a double-edged sword. A lot of the damage we are hoping comes from reflected thunders, but thunders only have a 25% chance to hit a single target on the field. So if those thunders miss a lot, you can find yourself running really low on HP, and in bad cases, you can end up getting KO'd. The damage just isn't there. Car Painter can light himself up, and as seen before, Ness isn't terribly accurate sometimes with his bat.
Brooke talking to a jailed Paula. Peen jailed by a UFO in that PRB stretch just there. Now she's going back to grab the pencil eraser, and Brooke is going into her first fight, 2 cultists and a crow. Looking to have a clean rockin' that kills at least 2 things. That's what we always want. Surely it'll happen.
Yeah, the crow itself is not dangerous, but these cultists can call for help. You can't run from them. They are flagged as unrunnable.
99 good.
Thankfully, wow, both are taken down. And the crow is even hit. The crow is like 70 speed, so your hit rate on is pretty iffy, but that's a clean fight. What we want to see.
Excellent fight. I believe cultists have 94 HP, so anything above 95 will kill them. And you're with the range of Rockin', it's pretty unlikely to kill 2 in a row. Brooke, her luck continues as she continues the run.
Yep, as mentioned before, even random cultists will have the unrunnable flag, so you absolutely want to avoid every fight you can here in Happy Village. Absolutely do not need to get bogged down by hundreds of cultists being called in. Sometimes it's inevitable, but you really, really don't want to see Mr. H or I coming out.
And Brooke loading up.
That was a little risky. Janet there was blocking the door. That
She was
could have
blocking
been
the
bad.
cultists as well. That was double duty.
Just
Peen
get
back through Fart Cave as Brooke goes through to her next cultist fight. This should be much easier than the first three, as long as it does not call for help.
Yep, racers will typically bash it down because it's just a single enemy, and we want to conserve our PP for Carpenter. So there are more chances for the cultists to call for help, but it did not, and Brooke makes it through.
Now, Brooke has taken exceptionally few extra fights, which will allow her to get up to this point. But then when she beats Carpenter, she'll get a large level up with a large amount of HP. So we're going to see what she tries to do to mitigate that to make the Death Warp a little easier, if she can.
Yeah, she did just eat that cookie. The cookie would have been excellent for really getting her HP low. You know, use it on one of the turns where Carpenter. Whoa!
Nice job,
That's
Pete.
really good.
Wow.
Getting that diamond stuck on the tree.
Yeah.
Doing the hairpin around it.
That was a pro maneuver as Brooke goes into Carpenter. 2 misses, 1 hit. Okay. With the Rockins, she might be able to get through this on a 3-turn Carpenter should she get just 1 more reflection.
Yep, high rocking too. That's pretty good. 44 HP. We're going to be low.
Low but not out. Crash, boom, bang. 1 will do it. That'll do it.
That'll probably do it. Yep. Really, whoa.
Oh no! Look at the ATM card. She thinks about this situation.
Well, it works overseas. Well, and made it right through.
Incredible.
That's the power of the skip sandwich.
So close on both that sprout and tree.
No, it looked really bad. Oh, I was like, I don't know if that's going to work, but it did. Very good movement from PeenTrain.
She's doing everything she can to try and catch up to Brooke, who gets through the next hardest part of the race. Now she's just in an escort quest to Paula. A lot of time to be spent, but nothing really to be lost.
Looks like PeenTrain's going for the cup of life noodles, hoping to get some time back by using the cup of life noodles to revive Paula rather than going to the hotel. This can be pretty dangerous. There's a lot of spawn plates between here and getting back up there, and particularly those trees like to spawn in here. So we'll see if Peen can make it out safe or not. A single tree, if you catch it at the right time, not hard to get around, and looks like Peen made it through. Good job.
Yeah, Peen realizing that she's got the pressure on her, especially after Brooke got through that Carpenter section with little to no resistance. Just the luck keeps flowing, and that's what you need in Boogey Percent.
Yep, and both our racers did not step on Snake.
2 points.
Yeah, we're keeping track throughout the night. Unofficial winner will be the one with the most Snake points. Over on Brooke's side, now that we have Paula, we'll be throwing away our teddy bear as well as discarding all of our defensive items to facilitate the Death Warp. The teddy bear can redirect the damage. I believe it's a 50% rate. And the mole misses enough on its own that we don't want it hitting anything else but either Ness or Paula. Whoa, those cultists were right on top of Peen.
So close in when you enter this cave, you don't want to buffer movement whatsoever just for that situation. So nice job on Peen to escape without an unwanted fight.
Yeah, that was close. Enemies really can spawn right on top of you. It's usually seen in Giant Step with the ants as you're going up to Titanic Ant.
You ruined both your day.
The moles with the miss.
Of course, with the miss, we're going to be looking at our ATM card over and over. We'll wait for the mole to kill us so we can quickly get back to Tucson.
Quickly, sometimes
not quickly.
Not so quick.
Looking for, I think, an average of 5 turns to kill, like the mole to kill you. 3 is great. 6 is pretty bad.
Yep. But, yeah, and it's like the 3rd miss for the mole. PeenTrain now in the cult fight. Let's see how the rocking goes. 69, 80, 110.
110, but on the wrong enemy. Peen's going to have to use a second rocking to get through this. Smartly, though, so she avoids the infamous call for help to cultist F and U.
Okay, I made it through.
And Peen has taken a couple more fights because of that cock gauntlet, so she will be getting her big HP level up on this next cultist fight. I'm pretty sure, no matter what.
Yep, and that'll be to her advantage if she can get low during the Carpenter fight itself. Sometimes you just get two reflected thunders right off the bat and Carpenter goes down, but that typically doesn't happen. So we'll see Brooke reviving Paula will now do her errands and Tucson. Oh, jeez. Pain all heart attacks here.
These enemies just get so close. Sarah hasn't had as much luck dodging on those slim margins, but Peen is getting past all of them just by hanging enemies up in the wrong terrain at the right time.
Oof. Yep, and that's just you can see the strength of our runners here with all these narrow misses, all these tight lines, and excellent movement here in the game.
Nice cultist fight.
Yep, no danger
Perfect
here.
HP. Although she's gonna get that big level up right here. Oh, never mind. She'll get it after Carpenter. Never mind.
All right, made it out of the lag room, and now we're up to Carpenter. We'll see how this goes for Peen. We're now talking to Everdread, a technically optional boss. Well, not technically, it is optional. But you get some money, and then we'll go up to see the show at the theater, and then give the theater manager our $10,000, and then be on our way to Threed.
Peen with 2 unfortunate reflect misses on that first lightning barrage. See if Carpenter's
There we get one.
Just one.
And a miss.
Yeah.
But the hit... So instead of using on the second turn, instead of healing, Carpenter uses the Psi Shield. Typically, at least in these races, it doesn't matter because we've used all our PP on Rockins already. Carpenter goes down, 39 HP, that's not bad.
Not too bad at all. The
But
runners
there's
now are at
1 HP level up.
They're roughly 4 minutes apart, I believe. Maybe a little bit less than on Brooke's side, but it is a pretty difficult time to overcome at this point in the run. There are still sections that could go poorly. Of course, winters can always go poorly.
Yeah.
And the tent fight itself has become the decider for many, many races in this tournament.
Yeah, it isn't over until you grab that jar of fly honey.
It's never over. Boogey always has knives. And to remind that we have 3 races tonight, potentially. While this may be a loss for one or the other runner, there's still one more race as whichever winner needs to win 2 of 3 races to be crowned the Boogey% champion of 2025.
Yeah, this one's just the appetizer. The entree is the entree is next.
Just the muse bouche. Waiter, there's a cultist in my hamburger.
I think the cult is already on dessert. They give you caramel.
That caramel is coming clutch. You know, sometimes when you need a little bit extra PP for that second fight.
Yeah, if you have bad cold fights, like if they just continually call for help and get help, having the extra 20 PP can be really useful because there aren't any guaranteed butterflies in the village itself. They can spawn, but you don't really want to run around looking for a butterfly. There is a hotel. It is $50, I think, but that's also slow. So the caramel drop is just excellent. You can get another rockin' or 2 out on Carpenter, and that's far more damage, unless it misses, than your bat can do.
Yeah, Peen's mold goes already going a little bit better than Sarah's.
Already going better.
Yeah. And that'll... Okay, yeah, now we're there.
A 2-turn fight. Well, okay.
That'll certainly save some time. And the life noodles, right? Peen picked up the life noodles from the Vogler. So she'll be able to skip the hospital entirely, saving herself a little bit under a minute, or a total time.
Yep, I didn't see Peen take the save in the bus station, but she did, and this is a faster way to go through the Tucson errands, as you have to talk with Paula's dad, and the bus station is right next to the preschool. So instead of going all the way up to the northern Tucson, then back down, you just start right next to it. So this is
Grab
a
the
definite
back-
time save on Peen's part.
Yeah. Grab that backstage pass, go on the right theater, all the way right in, and then you'll save again a little bit under a minute. Really good for this stage of what Peen needs to catch up to Brooke. Vogler itself will not save her a whole minute, no. But the fast mole, as opposed to Brooke's kind of slow mole, plus the Vogler, will allow her to catch up just about that much.
And next up, we have the Graveyard Run. Graveyard may or may not be deadly. Sometimes it's completely empty. Sometimes there's flies and ghosts everywhere. We'll see what Brooke pulls. It's not a particularly long section, thankfully, but it sometimes you get into a fight and bad things can happen. Ghosts themselves are pretty fast, so you really don't want to run into them.
And both runners will probably employ another spawn plate skip, trying to go above those graves and down at an angle to try to get around the 90% or so chance for flies to spawn next to the zombies we have to talk to.
Yep,
I guess it doesn't matter this one because they're already there.
Oh, yep, that one's chasing Peen. Or Brooke.
Aggressive fly. Brooke,
Oh, yeah,
no,
but
never
they're
mind.
also
There's
right
more.
there. They're right there. Oh, no, the south one joined in. There's 3 of them.
You can freeze.
Freeze will take them out instantly,
yeah.
but yeah, there's 3 of them. I don't know how fast these flies are, actually.
I believe the answer is very.
No good fly. Speed is 10. That's not... Well, probably compared to Ness, that's probably like...
Right, compared to Ness.
And Ness is down. That butterfly would have been could have been particularly useful here if Brooke had picked it up. But if you do take a KO, you just start where the bus dropped you off, so it's not... It is a time loss, but it's not something particularly huge. So you just try and try again.
Yeah, thankfully, the fastest thing Ness could do there was die, and he did it quickly.
Yep. Yeah, those flies only... Oh, yeah, don't get... Make sure you're paying attention and you don't run into the fake trash can.
Trash cans have the same aggro as mushrooms, so again, sometimes you're able to maneuver your way around them just by not triggering them too closely, but when they're right in your way, there's nothing you can do. Yeah,
the graveyard's pretty compact, so it's a little hard to navigate around them, and especially if you have other like flies or ghosts around, it can be pretty difficult to do that maneuvering.
Brooke talking to the shady lady, and she's about to go into the Threed Pit and start Jeff's quest. Looking to start that at around 52 minutes.
Yeah, this ain't no 5-star hotel no more. Yeah, Brooke getting in the sauna pit right when Peen finishes the show. And now we start on the Jeff journey. We got a couple of errands to do here in the boarding school. You have to go get a key that turns out to be bent to go get a bad key machine, which, unlike it's like what you might think, it's not full of bad keys, but it replaces a bad key.
A nice right theater from both runners.
Mm-hmm. Yep, going, the reason for the strange maneuvering on the right side is that there is a trigger for a photo shoot right in front of the theater. So our runners employed some expert maneuvering around the spawn trigger. Yeah,
Brooke, in more or less the last fetch quest part of the run, she'll just have to do a couple of checks in this boarding school and then get her way out. She can continue down to Brick Road. And again, she finished the Threed portion around 50-25. So we're going to see the delta between these two runners as Peen completes that as well. Maybe able to catch up a little bit with that graveyard death. Maybe able to catch up even more with some Winter's bad luck, but we'll have to see.
Yep, and we'll also have to see if Brooke gets the green dog or not. Dog is not guaranteed, but Jeff solo, there's some weird jank with determining whether you get back attacks or not when you're not playing as Ness in this portion of the game. So we might see some funky maneuvering to get these back attacks that we really shouldn't. And dogs in particular, here in Winners, unlike their Onet counterparts, they have a 50% chance to drop red rolls.
And I think that's one of Brooke's major strengths. She's always curious about this game. Whenever any new sliver of tech is realized for any aspect of any category of these runs, she's always the first to practice it and really dig into it. That level of curiosity has really propelled her as a runner.
For sure.
Peen with a clean graveyard. No problems here. No flies.
Yeah, no, I don't think I saw a single enemy.
Maybe catching a break, possibly too late, but there's still time.
Brooke's selling the broken spray can. Going to grab a picnic lunch, interestingly. Ooh.
Two picnic lunches. All right, we're going real safe. We're doing as safe as possible. I kind of like this. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
They're making sure Jeff's going nowhere.
Yep. You don't even have a buck? Well, I'll give you the monkey for free. Man, free monkey. That's pretty good. So we get a Bubble Monkey who has never betrayed anyone in his life. Don't believe any shady rumors we hear about this monkey. He's a good friend.
Yes, we encounter the first villain of the run, Bubble Monkey, as he works his way to make sure that the runners will get no time and fail every possible skip.
Unfortunately, we get a crow right there. Oh, okay.
And a goat, but it's stuck in the terrain, thankfully. 55-47 for Peen on that getting to Jeff, so I think it's a 3-minute delta between the runners.
Mm-hmm. So it's about maintained. But I think they were still about, you mentioned they were about 3 around leaving Onet, I think.
3 or 4 after that unfortunate Cobb Gauntlet and Ant conundrums that came up in the early game for Peen.
Yep, so the reason Brooke bought the additional food items was Jeff at level 1 is extremely squishy, and we have a couple of near mandatory fights we have to do in the next dungeon. Near mandatory because you can technically avoid them all, but that may or may not be true based on where the enemies are and whether Bubble Monkey says hello to them or not. So having the extra heal items, especially on the first fight, where on average it'll do about 10 damage to Jeff, can really help out, because you only have the one boiled egg, and sometimes if the strongest enemy in the game chooses violence, Jeff doesn't have much recourse. You can run away from it eventually, but you have to wait a couple turns before you have a positive run rate. And we have Tessie, so be sure to get your Tessie emotes out. Remember to stay hydrated.
Get those Tessies in the chat. First Tessies of this marathon runs. Potential up to 3 races, so we can see up to 6 Tessies.
Man, that'd be like a new record.
We're maximizing our Tessies in this tonight on Earthbound Super Series.
Test maxing in the chat.
We gotta be test maxing. Peen, I'm able to finally get her equipment from the lockers for the Winter's boarding school, and now she will be continuing Jeff quest just behind Brooke. Again, the race is not over. I know it seems like there is a good lead, but anything can happen. Jeff can take many, many deaths, although they are quick. They do stack up. All these protos can
be bad.
Pretty Cave can be bad. All these pros can be bad. Mushrooms can just never stop despawning. There could be an unfortunate cave boy appearance. There's so many things that could still... Brooke just running directly into the Brooke. Okay.
Well, that's interesting. I've not seen that one before.
I certainly saw a decision to make. Okay. Were we distracted?
I was about to say this was the everyman skip, where all you have to do is hold down left from being dropped off at Tessie, and you can avoid the spawn plate. But I guess it's good I didn't mention it, because Brooke would have made a liar out of me. Oh, we have a chance for Green Dog here on Peen's side. Everyone watch. In amazement, as we get a green swirl facing this dog.
She got 100%.
And we get the red roll. Awesome. So that's just an example of some of the jank that comes with Jeff. It has to do, I think, with where Ness is positioned on the map during this segment, and where Jeff is currently located on the map. Because technically, all of Earthbound takes place on the same map, just different places are highlighted or not. So you can get some weirdness with just a single kid.
I believe this is relatively new, a relatively new discovery. Everyone knew that it happened, but no one really knew why. And now we have a better understanding of why that particular curiosity happens. Brooke, however, getting a particularly bad fight with 3 protoplasms. Typically, runners will bash 1 and see if 2 arrive, and then defend until turn 5 or so to try to run away. But with that Gruff Goat extra HP and attack, she was able to kind of just bash through it.
Yep, managed to survive long enough with all the picnic lunches to be able to run away. And for whatever reason, the protoplasm was able to dodge all the shots. Gun type weapons, they don't actually have an accuracy check, but enemies can still dodge out of the way. As we
Brooke not
saw
wasting any
there,
time trying to skip that duck too. Just go right into it. A lot of runners somewhat waste a little bit of time trying to get the duck into the right spot. You can just fight it, probably spend less time. And that's what she chose to do here.
Yeah, the duck can be a little dangerous because it can smash you. And if it smashes you, Jeff's probably gone, since you're not going to really have enough time to menu to a heal item. And we also have Tessie on Peen's side, so get your emotes out if you already haven't. And if you have, get them out again. Can't test max enough.
Excellent third pro skip from Brooke. The most guaranteed of the 3 skips, although Bulb Monkey can ruin it. She was able to get through. Now she's just walking through Pond Cave. Forget about enemies. We're just cruising.
Yep, Pond Cave, again, has mostly all startable enemies, except for mushrooms, which can appear later in the caves. But these caves are a lot narrower than we saw in Giant Step, so we can see some interesting movement from our runners here. Particularly in the second room here, you have some larger areas separated by narrower passageways. And depending on where enemies line up, things can get interesting.
Between the Gruff Goat fight, the Green Dog Swirl, and all the fights that Peen may dodge here, we're looking at a big catch-up. Peen is really making some good time.
Yep. Unfortunately, was not able to skip the first proto. Although that one's by far the hardest one to do. Unfortunately, we got the immediate call for help on Peen's side. Brooke is into Cave 3 of the Pond Cave. This is the last section of the cave.
And Peen employing the defend tactic again. Just defend for 5 turns, start to try to run. Because when there are 2, it's just so dangerous to try and bash them out.
Yep, they typically do around 10 points of damage, and with only 30 HP, that's not very likely. Oh, 1 HP. Oh, she got away. She did.
She got away. Tough fight.
Yep, red roll coming in handy. We have the Mad Duck hanging out. Can't really control where the Mad Duck's going to be. Sometimes it just gets hung up on stuff. Sometimes it's all the way over on the left side. But yeah, sometimes you can just get around it. They're kind of like the trees in PRV, where they can just kind of look around. Actually, I guess they're more like a human or zombie movement script. Where they wander around and then look around, and if you get them in a good cycle, you can get around them.
I was just about to compliment Bulb Monkey for not ruining that duck skip, and then it went right ahead and ruined Peen's second proto skip.
Yep. So we had 1 skip from both runners. Brooke now heading off to Threed. PeenTrain still needs to make it through Pond Cave. Brooke had a fairly tame Pond Cave. Didn't really have to do much stuttering in there.
Yeah, the first cave is really the point at which you see the most stutters. It's something I know that Peen will excel at, but Brooke was able to just kind of walk on through.
Yeah, she didn't really hit any enemies until the second section of the first room.
Just incredible stuttering right up to that mouse's face and across it. No problem whatsoever for Peen.
Yep, no problem here.
She is so strong at this.
Yeah, that little alcove there is a good way to get around either the mice or the slugs in the area.
And mushroom right in your face.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
yeah, the shrooms are by far the most dangerous enemies, and like all other shrooms, they are proximity based, so you can't stutter around them. They're typically placed in such a way you can't really get around their aggro radius either.
Peen, that
Luckily,
stutter queen, though. Look at this. She's
yeah.
going right through it. Typically, when you have slugs like that, there's some lag that slows you down. There might be a mushroom on the other side. Does not matter for her. So impressive.
Yeah, very luckily that after that second yard passes away, there weren't any enemies to catch her. It's happened to a couple people where they see those enemies and then they have to stutter back over to the right, and sometimes you get caught by whatever slug or mouse you were initially stuttering past. But no problems here for Ping. We'll just need to get out to the top here without running into any shrooms.
Yeah, she's almost through the spawn cave. Still, maybe a little bit less than 3 minutes behind, but there is still the opportunity for Boogey Tent itself to ruin this run for Brooke and send her back down to try and figure out a way to kill it.
Yes, we are hoping that Jeff will take the tent out in one hit from the big bottle rocket, doing at least 590 damage to the tent. But the big bottle rocket, I think, is 5 or 6. I think it's 6 individual hits, each with its own mischance based on Jeff's speed compared to the enemy. So depending on how many hits will depend on how much damage is done. If it's close, you can make up the gap with Ness. If it's only like 200 damage, good luck.
See how it goes for Brooke. She did get a fight with Paula in the graveyard. Paula was dead, and she got no additional XP, so there's no fire here as a backup. And I didn't catch if she grabbed the bottle rocket in Pond Cave.
I was not watching at that time. But yes, this is race 1, John Mercy.
1 of 3, potentially. 1 of 2, definitely.
And we'll see whether Brooke picks up the teddy bear. There's a free one in a trash can off to the... Whoa! That's some nasty enemies you really don't want to run into.
Okay,
Thankfully, we had the skip sandwich.
Grabbing the teddy bear? There. Grabbing the bear for safety. Boogey can attack and kill Jeff on turn 1, which is the reason that you want to grab this, to avoid that horrible, horrible catastrophe. And then we're going to go down, defend BBR, see the final roll, and see if Jeff can do his one job.
Yeah, one job, Jerf.
One job.
Don't dwarf it up.
Wow, it's laggy.
Yep, you want to be especially careful around here. The zombie dogs are extremely dangerous, and they're faster than they look. Defend, big bottle rockets. Defense is going to help you, Boogey Tent. 451, that's pretty good. We can make it up with some rockins and the bottle rocket we picked up. 76, if this hits, did not hit.
Of course it misses! She's got rockets, so that should be okay. I say now, before something bad happens.
Yeah, Boogey Tent has a lot of time waster. Oh, that didn't work either.
Boogey Tent, please!
Now Brooke's now getting the bad luck here. Alright, 80.
Okay, we're in there, yes,
okay.
yes.
So GG's, Brooke takes the first game of the night.
GG. Gonna be maybe a mid 108, exceptional marathon run, especially with the additional safety that she picked up along the way and all the unfortunate fights that she took. Still, a 108 wins you some races, and that'll do it. Peen, while she did fall behind here, the major point where she fell behind was entirely out of her control, with a smash from a cop on a bad turn.
Yep, that's how the RNG crumbles sometimes, but that's why it's best of 3, so we can hopefully even out some of these RNG rough spots and truly find who we can crown Queen of Boogey tonight.
Yeah, very exciting to have our first female competitor winning a Boogey % race. I believe Slug said it was the first time in years that we've been able to have this, so it's excellent to see the community rise up, have 2 awesome women be running this, and have one of them be crowned the Queen of Boogey at the end of it.
Yes,
and Brooke, says Slug.
Yes, and Brooke finishes with a race time.gg time of 108.30. Brooke now doing a victory lap around Threed.
Just showing off a bear to the whole town.
Well, we gotta go talk to the mouse.
This mouse loves you. Oh.
The only mouse in the game that, well, maybe the second mouse in the game that loves us. First
This
one
mouse-
probably being Apple Kid's mouse.
Yeah, this mouse doesn't love us to give us a receiver phone. That's a pretty big love.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's not every day you get a phone that can only take calls, you know. It's very special.
Peen getting into the her
All
boogie
right,
fight.
let's see how things go for Peen. Defend, defend, big bottle rockets.
Attack on Ness.
385. That's a little rougher, but we still have the bottle rockets. All right, freezing Paula. That doesn't matter. 103, very good. 139. That's gonna do it.
That'll do it.
We're gonna have a mid 110 from Peen here.
Again, the,
So
the
GG's
amount
to
of time
Peen.
that she made up, right? We know that going into winter she was roughly 3.5 minutes behind, and then she came all the way back to be only 2. That's the level of skill that you were competing against. And when you have a unfortunate death in the beginning, she can still make up 1.5 minutes on the last section of the run.
Yes, it's gonna be some. The next race is also gonna be excellent, folks. It's gonna be a nail biter.
Peen finishes up her run. We will wait for the official time, the big air quotes official race.gg time. But please do stick around. We have at least one more race where Peen will try to take back and tie it up, or Brooke will try to finally finish and become the Boogey Percent Queen. We're going to have a commentary change and potentially an ad break. So I hope you all stick around, and we'll see you soon. After
Yes,
this.
I believe it's you and a tax slug for the next race, is it?
I
for
believe
commentary?
the effluent Pebble Possum will be joining the tax slug.
Ah, okay. I know there was some discussion about who was doing what when, but regardless, we all have excellent commentators here, and we're all going to get on the amazing action tonight. Peen does finish with a racetime.gg time of 1:10:47.
Good luck to both racers. Good luck to you, chat. I'll see you all there, and I'll be typing with you.
Yep, and I'm heading out, passing it on over to the next commentator crew. So have a good night, everyone. See you in chat.